I'm Alexis Sharp.
And I am Liam Garvin. And this is Hoofbeat News. Good morning, FMHS. Today is Monday, January 31st, and we've got another broadcast for you.
This week, we wanted to give you an inside look at what things look like here in Hoofbeat.
I've got the story on that.
There are many different electives at the Crone High School, and today we'll be looking into Hoofbeat and how their productions are made. To start, we will be asking Brock how you put a story together.
So it all starts with the students. Every week we go out and we find our own story ideas, and you as an individual go out and you get footage, you bring it all together, you edit it together, and then you send it off to one of the broadcast editors. And what they do is they put it all together, make it look nice, and send it out, and that's what you guys get to see every week.
Usually the steps that I go through is that I have a creative process.
Like a bodyguard.
Yeah, this is my bodyguard right here. I usually create a storyboard of some kind of stuff and see all the cuts in my head. And then I go out and interview people depending on the story. And then once I get all my footage and my B-roll, I put it in Premiere and then I edit it together and then render it out.
Uriah had a little bit more to say about how to put a story together.
I would say reshoots, for sure. Sometimes you just got to do things again and again and again to get them right and get them done how you want it. And sometimes that can be really frustrating, really tedious. But in the end, it comes out nice. So that's what matters.
Part of the class is when I have to stay up until 3 in the morning editing people's stories that they turn in late. That's probably the most annoying part.
The best part of the class, I would say, is definitely the experience that you get from it. Not necessarily the day in, day out, same grind, but it's what you learn over time from it. So this is my second year in the class. I know Uriah's been in for 3. And the amount of progress that we've made, especially in editing skills and just cinematography in general, it's been really good growth, really good development, and so I think that's the best part of the class for sure.
Well done, Liam.
Thanks, Alexis.
For our sports players out there, Johnny took a look at how our school runs drug screenings and how they keep our school safe.
What is drug testing?
We have a drug testing policy at Fort Morgan High School. With COVID and everything going on the last few years, we obviously weren't able to really implement it, but we wanted to get back to it this year. So our drug testing policy we do with all of our student athletes and anybody that's involved at the club or activity within the school itself. And we do the testing once a week. And what we'll end up doing is we usually pull anywhere from 5 to 10, both male and females, for a random drug test for that particular week.
Who can be tested?
The individuals that can be tested for the drugs, again, are the individuals who are student athletes, who are in any of our clubs or extracurriculars, who are part of our student body that are going to be out in the community and out in actually other communities representing our town and our high school. So we want to have the best of the best in that sense. So what we do is we encourage our kids to do everything the right way all the time. And we obviously hope that kids aren't doing things that they're not supposed to while they're outside of school hours. But we do realize that is something that is a temptation, especially for high school kids, all the things that are readily available, sadly, that are out there in the world. So we just want to make sure that we're running clean programs and that all of our kids who are representing us are doing things the right way on a daily basis.
What are some consequences of testing positive on a drug test?
Now, unfortunately, when it comes to the testing itself, if an individual was to test positive, there are consequences. The first violation, if it's for drugs or alcohol, is going to be 50% of your particular season. So for example, if a basketball player were to test positive, they would lose half their season, or would be roughly about 10 out of the 23 games. It just depends on the sport in terms of how much time that you would actually lose. If soccer, for example, has less games, they only have 15 games. So again, you'd be right around that 7 or 8 games that they would lose for drugs or alcohol. Tobacco is a little different. It's 25% right off the bat for the first offense. And then obviously if student athletes are making poor decisions and violating the drug testing policy on more than one occasion, then it goes up from there. So it goes originally either 25 or 50% for your first offense, then it goes up to 75%. After a third offense, you're probably looking at dismissal from the team and not being allowed to participate in any particular extracurricular activity for 365 days.
What are some different types of drugs?
So there are lots of different types of drugs. We can start with some of the ones that people consider less dangerous. We would start like nicotine. Nicotine is actually a drug. There are over-the-counter drugs that some people abuse, such as cough medicines, cold medicines, those types of things. And then we can move on up into things like marijuana, psychoactive drugs like LSD, ecstasy. We also know that like methamphetamines, of course, is another kind of a drug. Cocaine, those are all things that kind of speed you up. Then we have depressants, which are things like heroin or like in the opiate category, pain pills, OxyContin, Percocets, those types of things.
What are some consequences of student drug use?
Some different consequences of student drug use are, of course, you get into trouble at school, grades can suffer. If a student is caught with drugs at school, typically there's a referral to me. I'm the school health professional, and so I help to do some drug education. You may get a ticket for the substance that you have, which can be vape, all the way up to the different drugs. And then, of course, if you get the ticket and you go to court, then the judge will assign whatever punishment he deems necessary. It can lead to suspension, expulsion from school, and depending on the substance, probably even a criminal charge. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I would imagine that it could lead to that as well.
How can drugs affect your health?
And drugs can affect your health in so many ways. Used to be thought that things like marijuana or nicotine weren't necessarily as addictive, but all drugs affect your brain and your brain chemistry. So we all know that in your brain you have neurotransmitters that make you feel pleasure, make you feel happiness, bring you reward feelings. All drugs go in and affect those neurotransmitters and can actually shut down the normal production of those things. And so then your brain becomes very dependent on the drug to bring those chemicals and neurotransmitters into your brain so that you feel good. When you stop the use of those things, then your brain is without that for a while, and it will eventually pick up again. However, it does take time, and then in that time is where you find like a relapse, like a drug relapse, because your brain is just craving that drug, that substance to make those chemicals in your brain, because nobody wants to feel bad and they want to feel pleasure. Drugs can affect your health in many ways. Inhaling anything into your lungs is bad, other than oxygen, of course. We see effects on the lungs, we see effects on your heart. Your heart rate can be increased or slowed down depending on the chemical, depending on the drug that you're using. Your kidneys and liver are the filters in your body, and those things metabolize the drugs, and so you can end up with things like kidney failure, liver failure, kidney disease, liver disease. Also affect your circulatory system, so you can have a giant increase in your blood pressure or a big decrease in your blood pressure, and neither one of those things are good. You have a decrease in blood pressure, you'll pass out, potentially stop breathing, all those things. Your heart, again, is affected. Different drugs will either speed it up or slow it down, and neither one of those conditions is good and can cause death. Breathing, lots of opiate type drugs or the drugs that kind of slow you down, like heroin or pain medicines, those types of things, slow down your response to breathe and the drive to breathe, so you can actually stop breathing. We never really know what dose is going to be lethal for one person at any given time.
And the whole point of our drug testing policy is not just to spring this on kids and punish them unnecessarily. And again, we've got such a great student body. We've got great student athletes. We've got kids that are involved in all kinds of different clubs that we offer throughout the school year. And the biggest thing is that it's not meant to just be, hey, we're trying to catch kids and punish those kids. When it comes to the drug testing itself, we bring in a private company. I don't actually have anything to do with it other than rounding up our kids. The drug testing company comes in and they randomly draw names from the pool in which we provide them. But the big thing is that, again, we're very proud of our school. We're very proud of the culture that we're trying to build. and doing things the right way all the time. And it's difficult. It's difficult even for adults, but what we want to do is make sure that we are acting accordingly, and that even includes when people aren't watching. Just doing things the right way all the time. And that's the reason why that we have the drug testing policy here at Fort Morgan High School, is just to promote the fact that we are a great school, we have great student athletes, we have great kids in all kinds of clubs and activities, and when we go out into our own community or we go compete in other communities, that we are demonstrating the best of the best that we have here at Fort Morgan High School.
Thanks, Johnny. Next, Colton and Uriah decided to review some Red Bull.
What's good from Morgan High School? It's Colton Clairmont in this creaky chair, and this is Uriah Celestino.
What's up, guys?
We're making a part 2 of the energy drink review. Today we're doing Red Bulls. What you think about Red Bulls?
My favorite energy drink. Bang, a little too heavy for me, I used to drink a lot of Bang, too heavy, too much caffeine. It makes me all antsy. But, we're going to go back to that for a second. We got 4 different flavors to taste test here. And the first one.
It's original.
Yeah.
12 fluid ounces. Tell me when to stop.
We're good.
All right.
Bro, we gonna be up all night.
Oh, bro, I'm not trying to be up all night. It's a Monday.
All right, man. Original. Smells like. I mean, for me at least, I've had a lot of different people smell my Red Bull. That sounds weird, but a lot of people have smelled it, and they say it smells like apple juice. I think it smells like gas for some reason.
It smells like bubble gum sometimes.
Yeah, bubble gum.
Bubble gum, and I don't even know how people smell apple.
I smell apple. It smells like cough syrup too a little bit, so it's probably very unhealthy for you.
It's not healthy for you at all.
Okay,
but that's okay.
Drink it. Let's do it, bro.
Classic. Can't beat the classics.
Oh man, dude! Woo!
Can't say it's bad. It's a classic. Can't go wrong with the original Red Bull.
I mean, I feel like for the original though, like, it definitely is some that makes you feel like icky afterward.
Yeah, like your stomach's upset for a little bit, but that's okay.
If it was sugar free, I'll give it like an 8, but it's only a 7 for me.
I'm gonna give it an 8 because it's always reliable, always getting me up for work or whatever. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for the original, baby. All right, the next one we're doing is Winter Edition Pomegranate Red Bull.
Oh, ooh, look at the color, yo.
Do you think it's gonna taste as bad as cough medicine, because it smells like NyQuil?
I don't know. Let's find out. Oh no, that's terrible.
That's awful.
That's terrible, dude. It tastes like cough medicine, bro.
That's not good. 3 out of 10. No way am I ever drinking that again.
I don't know if it's 3 out of 10.
I think it's 3 out of 10. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Terrible. Garbage. Don't buy it.
Don't
terrible.
buy it. Don't support the machine. So for our next one, it is watermelon. You want to pour this one?
Yeah, I'll pour it for you, dog. Like, pop it open.
Dang.
Give me your cup. Yo, look at that color, bro. It smells exactly the same as the other one.
No, it doesn't.
Did they just repackage this
No,
one?
it doesn't smell.
They just repackaged this
Cameraman
one.
Jesse, get over here.
No, I think it smells like straight up watermelon, bro.
You literally just said that's repackaged. You're just tweaking, bro.
All right, cheers, brother.
Not too bad.
No, I like that one.
I do.
I mean, what would I give it though? What would you give it?
7. It's pretty good. It's not better than the original. No way.
I would drink that during summer.
Yeah, I would drink that in like the afternoon or whatever. Not like I'm trying to wake up or go to work.
Summer Red Bull for me. I would give that an 8 if it was summer.
So for our final one.
Thank God.
Is blueberry. Blueberry Red Bull. That does not sound good at all.
I like blueberry.
Yeah, but
You don't like blueberry things?
Not really.
Not blueberry muffins. Blueberry cookies. Blueberry Red Bull.
We'll find out.
Yo, why is it purple though? That's a nice color.
Very aesthetically pleasing. All right, this rest is gonna be for cameraman Jesse. Just kidding. Wonder what cameraman Jesse rates it. What's he smelling?
I can't smell it through the camera.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's smelly.
Smells like children's NyQuil. But like, it's not gonna hold up to its height, bro.
No.
Nah, dude.
You hyped it up too much. Alright. Oh, nah, bro. Nah, bro. We should have saved the original for last.
Nah, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, what I noticed about this one compared to all the other ones is this is the most fizziest one.
That is just not good. That does not sit well.
I didn't mind it.
He didn't mind it, but he's weird.
I give it a 6.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4. What do you think, cameraman?
I'm saying like 2.
2.
Oh,
I was not a fan.
it's hard.
That's harsh.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching FMHS. This is a great time. Happy we were able to do this for you guys. And yeah, what you guys say?
You know, don't drink Red Bull. To be honest, it's not a good idea. But if you are gonna drink Red Bull, original is the best. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching.
Sounds good, Colton.
Up next, we had Alexis take a look at some of the student-directed plays.
The FMHS Drama Department held 3 student-directed plays Wednesday, January 26th. Long Tall Lester, directed by Jay Bauer and Alexis Sharp. After Hours, directed by Nayeli Flores and Rain Weiler. And In Memoriam, directed by Nidian Garcia and Caleb Siegling.
Play is After Hours. I am co-directing this with Rain Weiler. The way I ended up choosing my cast was I kind of had a vision of what my characters would be like and how they would act and stuff like that. So the way that I chose them was on what person at auditions kind of matched the best to the vibe of the characters I got. Direct because I wanted to put myself a little more out there in the drama department. I had done costumes and lights before, but I thought this would be a way to just expand my horizon and see it from a different point of view.
With Caleb is called In Memoriam. The show is about a group of people that go to a weekend party on an isolated island, but it's a murder mystery with a twist at the end. I wanted to direct because I wanted to get a different experience from acting on stage, and so far it's been pretty fun.
And Mr. Brad Kessler. This is Miss Amanda Carter, Dr. Marvin Whitby, and Mr. Tony Petrie.
Get the cast's perspectives. Sadie Navarez has been a part of many main shows, and Adrian Uribe has experienced his first time on stage.
I'm in After Hours, more relaxed and laid back, so you have a lot more freedom to really get into the character, and it's fun. You don't really have to stress. My character was Patty, and she's kind of a stick in the mud. There's two mannequins who like to have fun, and she's more responsible.
I decided to act for a student-directed play because I had recently done Costume Crew, and I fell in love with Costume Crew. I got to meet a lot of great people, but I saw that not all the great people are just in Costume Crew, and there's people outside of that I also needed to meet and get to learn. And I just wanted to test myself, see if I could do it. So, it is called Long Tall Lester, which is a Western play about an encyclopedia salesman, and it's just great to be a part of.
Well, I ain't seen the sheriff in all that. Have you seen him there?
I swear my grandmother's grave. I haven't seen him.
Now, I know he's in here. Hey, what's the matter with this table? It looks like it's scared.
My character is Billy Black, who is the outlaw or villain of the story, you could say. And, he kicks dogs and stuff. That's kind of... he's a bad guy, but...
The drama department, because they work really, really hard.
Make sure you come support the drama department.
Great directing, guys.
Finally, we have Tre with a story about the new STEM lab.
Have there been any big surprises so far in class?
No. Well, right now though, everything is so brand new that if there's a glitch, we're catching it. So we've run into a few programming things, but we've worked through them.
What kind of class fees are there for STEM class?
There are no additional fees.
What is STEM class?
Well, it stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But really, it's just more of a hands-on approach. So at any given time, we have 15 different projects going on, mainly in partners. We have some groups of 3, some individuals. But robotics, video, music production, 3D printers, mechanics, engineering, structures. So kind of a little bit of everything, really.
What are some of the things students have already done in STEM?
We've got some 3D prints already done. We've a frog and a little baby Groot. We've got a couple kids that have done some pretty cool GoPro footage, making that into a video. Claymation was just finished today, which is really cool. I got a pretty big robot sitting on my desk that the students just finished today as well.
What are some of your goals going forward this semester?
For this semester, I think I just want to get kids into a different mindset, really digging into things, problem solving, and I am already seeing that happen, but instead of asking me when they've run into an issue, to use real life experiences and do what you would do if you're at home, look it up, find the resources.
Going forward, do you think STEM class will continue throughout the school years?
I believe so. Right now, we only have 2 periods, first and second hour. Both of those classes are completely full. So I anticipate that next year we'll probably add one. This technically is intro to STEM, so I don't know if maybe we may make a STEM 2 or something with a little bit more challenging projects.
What's STEM class like so far?
It's been fun and entertaining, and I've learned amazing new things.
So far in STEM, what have you specifically done?
So far I've completed one project where we worked on kind of a Play-Doh connected to the computer, and then we would use the Play-Doh to control the computer, and it was really cool, and I didn't think it worked, but it worked. It was fun, and then now we're working on a computer game.
If they happen, will you be here next year? Or you're a senior, aren't you?
Yes.
Do you think it'd be fun taking a second level class of this? If they were to have it, and you weren't a senior?
If I was a senior, definitely. If I wasn't a senior, I would definitely take it. Because it's fun, it's cool, it's entertaining, and it's new. So, yeah.
Thanks, Trey.
Sadly, that's all we've got for you this week, FMHS.
Make sure you tune in next week for another Hoofbeat News.